So is it okay, or should you lie in a job interview and not admit that you were fired from a job? Well, I know lots of people that say, yeah, they fake their references, they have them call their friends, and they get away with it, and they don't admit that they were ever fired. But personally, as a career coach for the last 20 years, I have found that when I teach people how to answer that question, why were you let go? Why were you fired? When you learn how to answer that question in a place of confidence, meaning you make peace with it, you can really address it, and it helps you in your career. Because here's the thing. There are three sides to every story: your side, their side, and the truth. No employer assumes that you were all at fault or that the company was all at fault. So when you can go on the offensive, which means proactively say, hey, I left my last job because actually I was terminated or they asked me to leave. Let me walk you through what happened. Here's the steps. This was happened and then this happened and then it got to this point very factually. You don't inject your emotion into it. And you say, here's what I learned from the experience. And here's how I grew. And here's how going forward, this is what I look for now in an employer or a manager. This is what I look for in an opportunity to make sure that I can shine, that I can succeed, so that that doesn't happen again, because I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it, and I don't want to have it happen again. And when we hear you explain that very logically, very calmly, that makes all the difference. And we call it at Work It Daily the Experience Plus Learn Equals Grow model. We have an entire interview prep class that teaches you step-by-step how to answer all the most difficult questions, but especially that one. We even have a special course called Fired to Hired, because it's that important. If you do not address this, you're going to carry it forward with you. You're going to feel like you have this deep, dark secret, and you might be able to get a job this next time, but it's going to sit with you. I want you to be able to talk it through. I want you to be able to say something that makes sense to an employer. And I'll tell you something, every time I've worked with somebody and I've got them to a place where they're like, ready, I'm ready to go to a job interview. If they ask me if I got fired, I can say yes and I can say why. Every time they're truly ready, one, either the question doesn't come up, or two, the question comes up, they answer it, and the employer goes, oh, okay, and moves on, and they get hired. Because that is a sign of professional character. When you can talk about the tough things in your career and how you learned and you grew from them, that's a winner. And we want to hire winners. And you are a winner, my friend. One firing is not a career death sentence. It's a learning opportunity, but only if you treat it that way. So my advice is don't lie. Do the deep work. Make peace with it. Find your voice. Get some coaching if you need it. Come on over to Work It Daily. And let's get you on track, because you don't want to carry that with you going forward. All right? Okay.